Welcome back to Living Local. The Rock Island County Children's Advocacy Center works to prevent and provide healing, financial, and legal resources to child abuse survivors. And here with all the details about an upcoming event is Marcy O'Brien with the Rock Island County Children's Advocacy Center. I think I probably screwed that up in the beginning, but you know what? We're human, and we like to show the human side here on Living Local, right?
That's
so Marcy, thanks so much for coming in. But before we get to the event, tell us about the center and what you do for the Quad Cities.
So thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, so I'm the director of the Rock Island County Children's Advocacy Center, and we work with kids under the age of 17 who are victims of abuse, primarily physical abuse and sexual abuse. And we do wraparound services. So we, prior to advocacy centers, what used to happen is if a child was reported to be sexually abused, they would contact the police, who would make a report, and that officer would come and interview the child. He would give the report to a detective, who would then do a second interview. If child protection was needed, they would get referred, and then they would come and do a third interview. So kids were receiving multiple interviews on being abused, which is very traumatic.
Of course.
So children's advocacy centers came into being so we could coordinate the investigation with kids who are abused. So we coordinate the interview. We have 2 interviewers at my center that are trained to interview kids specifically for this in a non-leading manner that's defendable in court. And so we coordinate with the investigators for law enforcement and child protection to come to the center. So we do 1 interview. That's monitored on a closed circuit TV, so they can see the interview and the kiddo gets to talk to the interviewer. And then we have 2 advocates that work with the families to do wraparound services. If they need referrals for housing, orders of protection, the next steps in the investigation, we walk them through that. Most people have never been involved with child protection or law enforcement, so it's foreign to them. So our job is to help them through till the investigation is closed.
And make it a little less scary.
Absolutely.
You know?
And then we have a therapist on staff that provides therapy.
It's both a bummer that you have to exist and a great thing that you exist so that you can help people.
Absolutely.
It's a weird thing there. But how many children do you typically help a year?
So last year we interviewed 274 children.
Wow.
And that was just in Rock Island. That was in primarily Rock Island County.
That is 274 too many. But what do you typically see? What can people kind of expect to see at this center? When someone enters that kind of facility, that has to be, like you said, it's a traumatic experience. So I'm guessing you offer a more comforting situation.
So we're a lot more comfortable to go to than going like to the police department or the child protection offices. We're actually located in a house. And then it's very colorful. We have toys for the kids when they come in. We have juice boxes, pop, water, snacks. So we're very comfortable for them. It feels like a home. So when they come in there, it's not going to like a sterile, cold office that doesn't have anything for them. So and then we try to just do a very comforting environment for them. We never lie to them. When they come in, they know they're being interviewed. They know that they're going to be watched. We show them the interview room, so they're able to see that. But we try to make it as less stressful for them as possible. Yeah,
and you have an event coming up that raises money for the center. Let's talk about the details of that and kind of what people can expect.
So the Illinois Quad City Rotary is holding a wine tasting in our benefit at the Old Oaks in Milan on the coming up here. So what we're doing is we're going to have live music by Alex Axup and Friends. She's a local musician. She's wonderful. We're so excited to have her. And she'll be out on the patio, weather permitting. And then we're going to have catering by Divine to Soul Catering, which would be great. We're going to have heavy hors d'oeuvres. You get 4 wine samples for your ticket and a ticket at the bar. And if you don't like wine, no problem. Still come. We'll exchange that ticket so you can get a second ticket to get a drink at the bar. And then we're gonna have silent auction items, and this year for the first time we're gonna have a live auction by Bloomberg Auctions. We're only gonna have about 4 or 5 items, but it should be a lot of fun. So we're really looking forward to that.
And you brought a few of the items here.
I bought a few of the items, we got Hot Glass has donated one of their pumpkins, perfect for fall.
That is gorgeous, by the way.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh, that is so pretty.
I absolutely love his stuff, and he's a great supporter of our center, so we were really excited that he gave us a pumpkin. I think it's great for this time of year. So Rocky, their athletic department, they gave us some spirit wear and then 2 all-season passes.
That's a good
for
deal right there.
The school, which is your kids go to school. We were just saying that's a huge deal because all-season passes are not expensive.
Not at all.
And then we got from the Steamers a jersey. We got a 4-family pack of football. So we were really excited to get their support this year also.
That's great. And so, what are some of the bigger items? Can you talk about some of those?
Yeah, so we got some overnight stays at some of the casinos. We've got we're gonna have a package for our girls' night out that includes a martini tasting at Icons.
All right.
We're going to have for the live auction, we got some fun items. We've got a cruise on the redneck cruise on the Rock River in a pontoon boat with a cooler of Busch Light and a weenie roast. So that's going to be a lot of fun for people to bid on, we think.
Yeah.
So that's a really good. We're kind of excited about to see how that one will go.
I love that, a redneck cruise. That is funny. Some people, that's just a day out. So can people show up the day of the event, or do you recommend?
They can show up the day of the event. We would like them to buy tickets in advance just so we can have an idea for the food count.
Yeah.
But they absolutely can show up at the door and get tickets if needed. Yes.
Okay. And how will the money raised kind of, what will you guys do with that?
So we're primarily grant funded.
Okay.
So all the money that we receive, nobody wants to help us pay for any of our extras that are really important. The snacks that we feed the kids, the juice boxes, all of that stuff comes out of our general budget.
Of course.
Some of the extras that we do with the families that come in, that's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
If a family needs something, we'll try to get what they need to make that work for them. So this will help us to fund the things that we do at our house.
Yeah. And if someone can't make it to this fundraiser, I'm sure there's other ways they can support you. I'm guessing go to the website.
They can go to our website or to our Facebook page. We have donate buttons on both of them, and they can definitely support us that way.
Yeah, and it's such a great organization. Like I said, it's a bummer that it has to exist, but it's great that it does, because it really provides a lot of probably safety and comfortability for families going through something, especially children going through that. Is just, my gosh, the stuff you have to deal with is just heartbreaking, really. But it's important to support this mission, so go to the website and check it out. But also attend the wine fundraiser. If you can,
and these items will start being live on the site. So if you're not able to attend, you can still bid.
Oh, hey, okay.
So you can go to the events site and you can you can bid on items and not be present if you'd like to see something you like.
That is great. Well, Marcy, thanks so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
For more information, you can go to riccac.org, and we'll have all those details posted at ourclubcities.com.